All right, welcome back to the 5A State Basketball Tournament here from Farmington on the Natural State Sports Network and presented by our friends over at ASUBB as well as UAMS. I'm Steve Henson along with Blair Cartwright for this one and looking forward to it, man. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you. I mean, this is the premier week.
Yes.
I mean, state tournament basketball, it just does not get better. And the level we've seen all week of talent in Arkansas. I mean, I know we want to say we're a football state, but we're pretty good at basketball.
Yeah, no doubt. I think I've argued for a long time that this is a basketball state,
yes.
And baseball's up there. Football pays the bills, but
yes.
It's a basketball state with baseball maybe a close two, and then we love our football. So
yeah. I mean, I think basketball in Arkansas is very underrated nationally.
Absolutely. So you're starting five in this one as Greenbrier makes their way out. Sophomore, starting guard, sophomore number 1, Jelena Tuberville. And then next starting guard, freshman, 5'6", number 3, Tristan Mosley. Senior guard, number 5, Allie James. And then senior center, number 24, Rihanna Doris. And starting forward, junior, number 44, Rory Ralston. It looks like our buddy down there on PA, a little late getting his stuff in. I was a little confused there for a moment.
Yeah.
All right, starting five now for the Hot Springs Lakeside Lady Rams, the number 2 seed out of the South. And number 3, senior forward, Lydia Plummer. At guard, 5'8", senior number 5, Jalen Breakbill. At guard, a 5'10", senior number 10, Ava Allison.
At guard, standing at 5'9", a senior wearing number 15.
Next starting guard, 5'9", senior number 15, Peyton Futch.
Guard, standing at 5'7". Junior,
final starter, a guard, standing at 5'7", a junior, number 24, Abby Davenport. And that will be the starters for the Lakeside Rams and head coach Jay Williams.
Yeah, looking at the roster of the Rams, starting 4 seniors and a junior, whereas Greenbrier starting the sophomore, freshman, senior, junior. So
yeah,
we'll see if experience matters or not. It may not at this point.
Difference. Yeah, you get to this point. Are they really freshmen?
You're freshmen or everybody's moved up a class.
Yes.
Unofficially.
We've seen a lot of youth. Obviously, the Hot Springs team we just saw had 0 seniors, start 3 sophomores, a junior, and a freshman. So, as I said before that one, I think we had the current star in J.J. Andrews and the future stars in Van Hayes and others.
Yes.
So Greenbrier will start it, and it'll go into Doris. Doris had it ripped away.
Nice defense.
And his foot got in there and took it away. I'll tell you, Blair, I've got a lot of experience with this Greenbrier team. I think I've called 5 Greenbrier games this year across our networks, and so they go as James and Doris go. If they can work inside out between those two, they'll be successful.
They are active defensively, too. They get in the passing lanes. They are making them work to find an open shot like that one.
Found it there, though, as Futch, after the steal, is rewarded with the bucket on the other end. Futch.
Lakeside going in a man-to-man.
Kick it in. Doris turns no. Rebound, though, to Mosley.
Nice find.
And Doris with the bucket. This is a Greenbrier team that early on in the season struggled a little bit. A lot of it that youth. But they found their footing. Turn around, up and good.
Lakeside's hitting shots. That's always a good thing.
Out of a 5A South that was led by Lake Hamilton. And driving. Oh, and James missed it, but Doris took away the rebound. Up top, Turbeville driving and high off the backboard. No, but Turbeville will make her way to the free throw line.
Yeah, Greenbrier being very aggressive going to the basket. And as we've seen, the more aggressive you are going to the basket, more likely you're going to get a foul call.
Boy, especially in that last one, 16 fouls in the first quarter alone.
Oh, man.
I didn't think we'd ever get done, but it evened out as we went along, and I think we ended up with only about 25 total. So.
Wow, that's a little surprising for a state tournament. Usually it takes a lot to get a foul call.
It was a lot
sometimes.
of whistles. So that one missed. I think Greenbrier's season kind of turned. Maumelle went down to Greenbrier and beat them. They were undefeated in conference play at that point in time, and I think that was the kind of the reality call for Greenbrier as they really went on a run from there forward.
Oh, had her trapped in the corner and they forced the turnover.
So they'll push the other way and taken away.
Yeah, might have been a little late with that pass. She'd had her cutting her to the basket.
Now driving down to the block, stuck, traveled.
Yep. Got a little too far underneath and surrounded. That's where your teammates have got to come help you out.
Yeah, that's tough. That was part of the problem in the last game. Hot Springs, not a lot of movement offensively, so that kind of killed them, and then that one got out of hand. Driving inside, fouled as the freshman Mosley looking for the bucket.
Yeah, on the shot.
So Mosley will make her way to the free throw line. Look at this Lakeside team, 10-4 on the season in conference play, 13-9 overall. And we talked about this earlier, Blair. That 5A South, at least on the girls' side, a very tough conference. As that one missed, and Doris trying to chase it down.
Yeah, no doubt one of the better conferences in girls basketball. I mean, that's
you look
it's a war just to get out.
You look across the standings, they had 6 teams at 500 or better. You don't see that a whole lot in conference play.
No.
As Texarkana was 8-8, El Dorado 9-7, Whitehall 9-7, Sheridan ends at 11-5. This Lakeside team, I think I said 10-4. That is not correct. It's actually 12-4. And then Lake Hamilton 16-0. And it's pretty crazy when you think about it. A team as historic from a basketball standpoint as the Lady Panthers have been at Benton, a 5-10 season.
Yeah. Probably the one-loss record does not indicate the thin margin between each team.
And we've seen, obviously, Lake Hamilton was able to knock off Sylvan Hills. There's a block.
Nice defense.
Sheridan fell to Little Rock Christian. Futch will step into it, and she'll knock it down. Three-pointer there, and it is 7-3 Futch over Greenbrier.
Man, three-point shooters, I think, love the shooting background here in Farmington.
Yeah, we talked about that some last night between games when Benton and Maumelle played, and as a Maumelle fan, my worry was how they would do in this open gym. They did not shoot it well. Futch, about 9 for Futch to get us started. This has been all Peyton here early, 9-3, and timeout, Greenbrier.
Impressive start for Lakeside. Well, that's what you want to do, too, in these state tournament games because, I mean, get that momentum, get an early lead, and make the other team chase, put the pressure on them.
And it helps when you're getting so much out of one player so far. Now if you're Lakeside, now you want to have that conversation. Let's spread it around a little bit. And but a great start out of Peyton Futch so far with 9.
Yeah, of course, that's the danger too. You don't want to limit her if she's feeling it. But, yeah, you want to get other people involved as well because obviously you think that Greenbrier is going to say, hey, we need to double team her or triple team her or whatever. Make somebody else beat us.
Yeah, at some point they're going to start keying on her.
Yeah.
And so right now for Greenbrier and Coach Peyton Edmondson, they have got to get these youthful guards going. I think Turbeville and Mosley, big pieces, and now another turnover as they tried to feed Doris. Looking for Futch. They get it to the corner, open look, 3 on the way. Off back eye, rebound away to Turbeville.
Greenbrier really could use a basket. Oh, that's twice.
Well, that was a good pass that time to Doris. Maybe a little bit much on it, but Doris turned and looked and was too far out of the basket and then lost track of the ball.
It's always interesting to see how teams are going to come out to the first game of the tournament. Even if you have an experienced team, there's still a little bit of element of nerves to get settled in.
And you've seen, and it's been interesting today, really both days, because while you've seen it, and a lot of the coaches have talked about it in the post-game interviews, as there's a turnaround up and no, but it's interesting because we've not had any upsets. We've seen everything go chalk. We've seen a lot of blowouts. So that's kind of been the interesting piece is a lot of times you'll see these one seeds get tight late.
Yes.
And we've just not seen that. Every one of these 1 and 2 seeds have really dominated so far.
Yeah, they've come out and taken care of business early on.
One stolen away. I start to forget things after a while score-wise. But I don't think we've had a single-digit game yet. Doris misses that one. Or was that Davenport?
Yeah, well, it sometimes happens, you know, if it goes chalk, but you never know.
Well, I have a feeling those things will start changing tomorrow.
Man.
As you start to get these 1 and 2 seeds as a battle underneath. Yeah, did they get the foul on Plummer there?
Just the way Plummer rips that ball. I mean, that's just little things like that. Just that desire can be a separator.
Yeah, I don't remember what game I was watching. It was a college game, though, and they were talking about that. And it's like, look, there's no rule against you. Keep going. That's my ball.
Yeah. It sets a tone, sends a message. There's a 3.
Now there's a tone setter as Turbeville gets the 3. That's a big shot. And maybe get those young guards going.
Yeah, give the Lady Panthers a little momentum. 3-point game.
Good screen. Opens up. Futch, and she drives it all the way. Kisses it off and good.
Really nice kind of hesitation as she got to the basket.
Again, it's all Peyton Futch. She has all 11 here early on. And there's going to be a foul. A little too aggressive with the hands.
Yeah, nice job by Ingram on the help side recovery there to kind of knock the ball loose. Otherwise, that's an easy layup.
And you wonder the adjustments here as, you know, we talked earlier, the impressive performance by Little Rock Christian with basically without Whitley Rogers for the majority of that game and fine contributions from others. Now, can Greenbrier start slowing down Peyton Futch here and force somebody else to beat him?
Yeah, it usually takes at least 2. You're going to get points from your star, but who else is going to step up?
Yep. As Turbeville misses that 3. Answer on the other end, no. Rebound to the Panthers. I believe that's Gilbo with the rebound.
Boy, Lakeside gets back quick. Not a lot of fast break opportunities, though they lay that one up and in.
We're going to get a timeout Lakeside as Allie James with her first bucket of the night. And Allie James is one. If she gets hot, that will bode very well for the Lady Panthers here. And so we'll see what adjustments we have. Again, it's an 11-8 game, but it's been all Peyton Futch so far for this Lakeside team.
Yeah, at some point, I mean, if you're Greenbrier, you just say, okay, we're going to let her get hers, and hopefully we can outscore, or do you try to limit her and make somebody else beat you? I mean, there's more than one way to skin the cat.
Yep.
It's just which way do you want to do it?
Yeah, and I mean, again, to that point, at some point you got to believe, that Peyton's going to need a break here or there. And so you want to get her off the floor. But that is a great point as well. As you just let her do her thing and hope that she starts to get tired, and that takes some of these other players out of rhythm, and that gives you an opportunity to make a run here.
Yeah, you almost wonder too if it puts a little more pressure on her, knowing that, well, do I have to be the entire offense?
Yes, absolutely.
So, and then maybe tighten up. I don't know. It's
the other piece to this right now. Already 4 fouls for Lakeside here early on. They've been spread out, thankfully, if you're a Ram fan, as Davenport with 2, Hayes with 1, and Plummer with 1.
Yeah, and if you're Greenbrier, you're thinking, man, let's attack the basket. Maybe we can pick up another foul, get in the bonus.
So they'll work this one around. Up top tip,
nice.
Stolen.
Can they convert?
And Mosley, the freshman. I think that is off the hands all over. Futch says, no, it was not.
Yeah, Coach Williams not a big fan of that call. That's probably the hardest call an official's got to make. Who touched it last?
Doris hands it off to James. Back to Turbeville. She'll fire the three.
Nice screen. Trying to follow her shot, instead commits a foul.
Admire the hustle out of Turbeville, but tough foul there.
Yeah, try to create some energy and create some momentum.
So 1:14 to play here in our first. A bit of a low scoring first, 11-8. Oh, picked up her dribble in trouble. Way to Futch. She drives, kick out, and off the foot of Frazier. And now they'll settle it down. Work it around.
Boy, it's a battle in the paint.
And take it away. Bad pass that time by the Rams. And that one tipped again into Turbeville's hand.
Man, they have tipped a lot of passes so far, Steve.
Good pass by James, and Doris lays it up and in.
There you go, 1 point game.
Yeah, sometimes the least pretty possession ends up in a bucket, and that one the ball was all over the place and somehow ends up in Doris's hands for the bucket. Look out, Doris and all that
wild
length.
Shot.
Oh. Altered it, chased down, and somehow into the hands of the Rams. Three on the way for Frazier, no. And I'll let this one go out of bounds with 8.6 on the clock.
Yeah, opportunity to take the lead for the first time.
So Abby Davenport will sit. Now quickly up the floor. James.
Oh, they're going to have to go if they're going to get
Does
a good
she
look.
realize it? She'll fire it up. And, off iron, no, and that'll do it for our first. But Greenbrier, great job fighting back. 11-10 as we end the first. We'll be back with more of the 5A State Basketball Tournament here on the Natural State Sports Network, brought to you by our friends at UAMS and ASUBB.
Most people think farming is just about getting your hands dirty. At ASUBB, we're not just driving, we're programming the future. With GPS and GIS tracking, we don't miss an inch. It's about being smarter, faster, and more efficient. From drones to data analytics, the future of agriculture is here. The industry is evolving. Are you?
Master the tech and own the field. Visit asub.edu/precision ag for more information.
All right, welcome back. 5A State Basketball Tournament on the National State Sports Network. We're live from Farmington, Arkansas. I'm Steve Henson along with Blair Cartwright. And Blair, your thoughts on that first quarter?
Man, I mean, Peyton Futch was incredible with the 11 points, but if you're Greenbrier, you got to be feeling good. It's a 1 point ball game, even though Lakeside kind of controlled that whole first quarter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you kind of survived that early onslaught. That one between the legs into the hands of Doris.
If they can just get something going offensively.
Now on the deck they go, back into the hands of Futch. Open lane, Futch lays it up and in, and she just continues. 13.
Man. Just does not seem to get rattled at all.
That one corner. Three on the way for Mosley. No.
Good
Tapped
look.
out and into the hands Turbeville. Extra pass. James, she'll try a wing three. No. Rebound, though.
Oh, great hustle to go get it.
Mosley, that is a great play by the freshman.
And that's the kind of thing that can get you going.
Mm-hmm.
Inspire your teammates.
You know, we saw that. How many is that, three?
That's
Oh,
three.
That's big on Davenport.
Yeah.
As Doris gets the inbound pass, hands it away. Now Mosley wants to drive. Mosley to the block. Tossed it up, no. Futch comes out with the loose ball. Futch, 1-on-3, all the way, up and good. Wow.
Man, she is so good in traffic.
Man. Under control. And that's one of those things that drives me nuts sometimes with the ladies' game and the guys' game. But in the ladies' game, it seems like you get a lot of out-of-control chaos.
Yes.
There's a three. Mosley drains it, and the freshman keeping her team in it.
Yeah. She is a water bug on defense, and now hitting a three.
Yeah, you were talking about you know, that little kind of a spark plug. We saw that in the Christian game. Faith Hamilton came out, and she didn't have a big night scoring, but boy, she was a spark plug in the third that really turned that game into the favor of Little Rock Christian. So now you're seeing it out of the freshman Mosley.
Yeah, definitely a name we're going to have to keep an eye on.
Like I said yesterday and today, I think this was the kind of the day of the future, although all those sophomores we got to see yesterday now.
Look at Fudge on the defensive end. I mean, times it perfectly to knock it loose.
Yeah, her length is a problem. And then, I mean, you just look at her. She looks like a basketball player down there on the floor. She looks the part, plays the part. She's a good one.
But it's not flashy, Steve. It's just she just makes plays.
That one kicked across. And a whistle. For some reason, we lost our live stats.
Oh.
Fouls on number 22, Nevaeh Henry.
Tried to just reload it.
First personal foul, second team foul.
Well, but
open look. Three from the corner, drains it.
okay.
Turbeville knocks it down.
Greenbrier with the lead.
And a three to respond. No. Rebound comes away to the Panthers. And now whistle. Stoppage in play.
Little dangerous on that pass inside.
Now in Turbeville.
Oh, nice. Just couldn't quite execute, but nice idea there by Mosley.
Thank you. I said Turbeville. That was Mosley. And, okay, there's not a whistle there.
A lot of contact in that lane.
And now we get the whistle. So that'll send Plummer to the free throw line for the Rams.
Haven't had a lot of free throws so far.
Now this one's been much quieter in terms of whistles. There's just one foul called so far on Greenbrier. That's the second. And 6 fouls so far on Lakeside. Again, to the missed free throw, it is all Futch with 15. Second one up. Finally, someone else gets one through the net for the Rams. As we quickly go the other way and left it short on the layup. Rebound away to Plummer, and now Futch pushes it the other way.
Great idea, though, to drive it in.
Now driving inside, scooped up and in.
Nice.
As Plummer with the last 3. First field goal by anyone not named Peyton Futch.
Yeah.
James looking for space. Now Ralston with it. Up to James. James directs some traffic. Ooh, travel.
Yeah. Just a little unsure offensively